Welcome to Evergreen Speedway's Home Track Heroes on CW11.
And welcome to our second to last edition of Home Track Heroes here on CW11. We've got a lot to do tonight, but we've got something really important to do. And for that, I'm going to turn it over to my friend Tom Glithero.
Thanks, Steve. I just want to wish a belated happy birthday to one of my good friends, Russ Hikas. I've known Russ for over 45 years, and he's one of those really, really good guys. Russ raced many stocks with FSCRA out here at Evergreen Speedway, and he also ran a modified with the Sky Valley Modified Racing Association many, many years ago. One of the first nights I was here, he ran a mini stock. That's back in when they ran the 5th mile, and he flipped that thing all the way down the back stretch. But
Nice.
Happy birthday, Russ. Sorry I couldn't spend it with you. Be safe, man.
All right. Thank you very much, Tom, and happy birthday, Russ. Okay, here's what we got coming up tonight. It is our first of our 2 championship nights here to wrap up the 2020 season here on Home Track Heroes. We're going to have some of our NASCAR championships wrapped up tonight, our Granite Sprint Car Series championship wrapped up tonight, along with a couple of Figure 8 championships. Before we do, we want to give special thanks to so many groups that keep Evergreen Speedway safe and secure all year round. Our EMS staff is second to none. Our Cascade push trucks are the best in the industry, while 2 of the premier towing services in the region, Foss Towing and Sam's Towing, support Evergreen Speedway every month of the year. We're going to go down to Brandy for a couple of interviews real quick before we get started. Getting back to the Cascade push trucks, Dave Patel told me the other day, he says, hey, appreciate you guys mentioning us, but they do need some members. So if you want to find out more about the Cascade push trucks, get on their website, send them a message.
You know, those are some of the best guys in
Yes,
the
they
business. As an open wheel driver, I knew if we didn't have the Cascade push truck, we didn't get started.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You would love it. They're a great group.
They are.
You'd have a lot of fun here at Evergreen
Can't go wrong
Speedway.
with them. Okay, let's take it downstairs to Brandy Chavez for some interviews.
All right, the street stock points race is just 1 point separating 3. Mark Marthar, how are you going to come away with this championship tonight?
I just got to keep my nose clean, get to the front and stay there, and we just got to stay out of trouble. That's the main thing.
And couldn't ask for any better conditions tonight. How are you going to use that to your favor?
Yeah, my car really likes these cooler summer days. When it gets hot and greasy, the car seems to get really loose. So going to use that to my advantage for sure.
And who do you want to thank for getting you to the track today?
Yeah, I definitely got to thank Direct Carpet Cleaning, Fleet Service Auto and Truck Repair, Finish Line Heating and Air Conditioning, and KH Suspension.
All right, thank you. Good luck tonight.
Yeah, thank you very much.
In the pits here with Mark Hubbard, now just 1 point separates you and the leader. What's it going to take for you to get that championship tonight?
Well, we've been really consistent all year. We had a distributor failure that took away a pretty substantial lead in the points. Last race we were able to claw our way back. We're 1 point back. So there's a 1 point separating the top 3 drivers right now. So going into the heat race in the main, it's really going to boil down to working your way to the front and finishing ahead of the other 2 guys that are hard chargers in this division. We've run clean together all year, so if we can put together a good night, we should come out on top is what our hopes are.
And who do you want to thank for getting you to the track today?
My mom, my dad, my son, my daughter. They're the support. I've got lifelong friends in Eric and Teresa who have supported my racing for years and years. And then came on board last year was Chuck, who has been doing all of our tire work, and he has been the key to our speed this year.
All right, looking for the street stocks tonight where every point matters.
All right, Tom, here we go. It's time to get championship night started, and we're going to do it with the Interstate Battery Youth Hornet Division. This race brought to you by First Line Systems in Kirkland. First Line Systems is a proud sponsor of our sprint car racing and is one of the largest drywall construction firms in Washington State. Here's your lineup. Anakin Duncan on the pole in the 163, brought to you by Olympic Embroidery outside of Anika in the 18 Brooklyn Bender. In the 14 car inside second row is Garrett Kramer, sponsored by Regan Earthworks. And in the 46 car is Jackson Beckel.
In the third row, it's the 20 car of Riley Riddell. Outside of Riley in the 21, we'll find Haley Constance. And rounding out the field in the 59 car, it's Tegan Bjornson from Whiteside Steel. And outside of Tegan is the 19 car of Scarlett Fisher.
All right, here we go. 25 laps to wrap up the season for our Interstate Battery Youth Hornet Division, which has just been so much fun to watch this year. Watch these kids grow. And another fascinating thing about this group that obviously the people at home don't get to see, but once these races are done, they still all continue to hang out together. They're like this little pod of people that just wander all over the place, which is really cool. But here we are starting this one off. Again, Interstate Batteries bringing you both the Youth Hornet Division and our Hornet, Big Boy Hornet Division, our Murder Hornet Division, if you want to call it that, for 2020. And we'll see them wrap up their championship next week.
I'm not sure where you're going. I'm just going to let you just keep right on driving. But it's Annika Duncan, and she's out front taking the lead, followed by Brooklyn Bender. Right now, the two ladies are out front. Then Jackson Beckel, in third, followed by another one, Haley Constance, Riley Riddell, Garrett Kramer, Tegan Bjornson, and Scarlett Fisher rounds out the field. But Steve, most of these kids don't even have learner's permits, let alone driver's license, and they do a great job in these race cars.
And I was just doing some quick math while you were going down the lineup there, and man, our species is really outnumbered in this one, which is so cool with Jackson Beckel and Riley Riddell. So we got picked up one more, Garrett Kramer, but I'm so happy that ladies, girls are taken to this, and it's really important that they do.
There's nothing in racing that precludes women from being successful. And sometimes I think, especially as they're younger, the women do a better job because you get 13, 14, 15-year-old guys, and they have the attention span of a gnat. and these females are much better, much more precise.
There's one about to go around the 163 of Annika Duncan. Nice job, Annika. You hung on. You lost a couple of spots, but boy, that could have been a night ender right there. So she'll gather that one back out. But to your point, Tom, you're right on, and it's so neat to see this happening. And more power to them. It's good to have them out here.
As you can see, Jackson has taken over the lead. Another second generation. The first three people, Beckel, Bender, Constance, those are all names that are familiar to regular attendees here at Evergreen Speedway because Dad, Grandpa, whatever, all, were car drivers, race car drivers before they took over. But this is our future right here.
Yeah.
And as you know, a Bender, a Beckel, and a Constance, we're in pretty good shape.
Yes, we are. And Haley Constance especially has been so strong all season long in this division and running in the Pro Late Models over at Wenatchee a couple times this season, and been running up at Deming Speedway in the Winged Mini Sprint division. So props out to the Constance family for really putting a lot of effort in her career, and she's going to do good.
Well, and we don't want to leave out Riley Riddell. He's running fifth right now. That Riddell family, whether it's been involved in figure eight racing or the administration here at the Speedway, each and every week they're here.
Absolutely. Brooklyn Bender starting to walk away with this one as we are 10 laps into the 25-lap main event for our Interstate Battery Youth Hornets. Jackson Beckel in the second spot. We've got a wad up between Bjornson and Fisher here in the 19, so we'll get that straightened back out. And we will bring it back upstairs for a few seconds. But again, Interstate Batteries couldn't do it without these guys. And we're going to talk about these partners. We're going to drub it into you guys how important they are.
And they have been around a long time.
Yes,
they do a great job. And you know what? If it needs a battery, I make sure it's an Interstate battery.
So do I.
And that's the truth.
Yes, sir. Okay, let's get back to it. We've got them straightened out. We've got them lined up. They're on the back stretch of our 5th mile flat track, which is a really cool track for these guys to be on. Just the exact right size. And a lot of them will move up next year to our Interstate Battery Hornet Division, I hope. Nice job there.
Annika just gave a little shot right there. And then again, driving it in deep, there's where you see, I think that was 12 tires there, 4 wide and 2 deep. So
Man,
great job by all of them.
Annika Duncan is winning my respect, boy. She is really hammering that thing, but she slips back into the 5th spot. Up front, Brooklyn Bender, and Tom had mentioned about the Bender family, and any time that you see an interview or see a sticker on a Hornet car and you see the JBR, the Bender family has just been so instrumental in this division.
You did it again, Steve.
What did I do?
You won 163 of Annika Duncan.
Man.
She got black flagged
because
and
of
sent to
me.
the pits for what they call a stop and go penalty. But if you go all the way around the 5/8, you're going to lose a few laps. But after just saying what a great job she's doing, the NASCAR officials didn't agree with you, I guess.
I'm going to have to come up with some way at the banquet. Hopefully we're going to have one.
You're not going to be invited.
Apparently not, or else I'll just have stuff thrown at me all night long. But it's been a lot of fun to take the blame for a lot of these, and I kind of got things figured out. We'll share with that to you before the end of the season, my theory on why this happens. I think I know. All right, Jackson Beckel in that number 46 car in the second spot. Haley Constance still hanging on. Kind of a Haley she's normally up front by this time. We'll see if she can get that going. But, man, I'm really impressed with the run by the 18 of Brooklyn Bender.
Well, we can't talk about points because for the Youth Hornet division, the decisions they've made, they do not keep regular season points. So there is, they're all champions in the eyes of Evergreen Speedway, and they all deserve our accolade, the accolades and the praise that they're going to get. And they will get that, like you say, if there is a banquet this year, if we can get rid of this bug that's going around town.
Okay, Riley Rudell and Annika Duncan are back on the track, just like Tom promised. And it is still Brooklyn Bender on a tear. 0.4 of a second faster than second place. And you can see her just heading out of turn 3 and in out of 4 right now on the 5th mile flat track. 5 laps to go as they're under the watchful eye of our flagman, John Peterson. There's a good shot of Haley Constance in the Joe's Racing Products number 21 car. And boy, I tell you, they really rely on JBR, John Bender Racing, to help get that thing prepped up for her. And it's been a comfortable fit all season long for the 21 of Haley.
Well, we've talked about this before too, but if you have, a son or a daughter, that you'd like to get involved, this is the class to get them started. They can start, I think, at 12 years old. Contact the Speedway office. They can maybe get a mentor involved in this and make sure that you get a good, safe car, or how to build a good, safe car, and get your son or daughter out there and see if they have what it takes to be a race car driver.
Yeah, and it's the other part of it too is it's such a natural move up from the quarter midget track that is just in the parking lot at the west end of the Speedway. We've got a little dust up between. Oh, look at this! Annika Duncan and the number 21 car of Haley Constance get into it. So we'll bring it back upstairs, but. To kind of finish my thought, it's a natural progression from the quarter midget track that's just on the other side of the parking lot from where we're at to come up and get your next move up.
And think about this, Steve. You do this, your son or daughter, maybe a better driver out on the freeway, the highway, could save their life someday. So get them involved.
Yeah, that's it. That's a very good advice. All right, let's get back to it. We'll get this wrapped up for 2020. Our Interstate Battery Youth Hornet. Few more laps to go. 25 make up the distance. Interstate Battery's bringing it to you, and they are back underway. It's still Brooklyn Bender, followed by Jackson Beckel, Haley Constance in the third spot. Garrett Kramer having a nice run in his number 14 car. Riley Rudell, Annika Duncan, who's had a race to remember. Still so proud of her. Tegan Bjornson and Scarlett Fisher round out, and Tegan and Scarlett were out pretty early on in this one. So we should be seeing the white flag coming up here pretty quick, maybe even this time by for Brooklyn Bender. And there it is, waved with authority by our flagman John up there. So we'll follow her out of turn number 2, down the back stretch into 3 and 4, and she'll have this one wrapped up and pick up another win for the number 18. There it is right there. Checkered flag for Brooklyn Bender, followed by Jackson Beckel and Garrett Kramer make up your top 3, and we will bring them up to our Angel of the Winds trophy presentation area here just in a few seconds and find out what they have to say. So let's go down.
Youth Hornet A main in third place tonight. Garrett Krager, can you walk me through that race?
It was a rough race out there tonight, but I managed to get past them at the end.
And anybody you want to thank for getting you out to the track tonight?
I'd like to shout out my parents because I would not be able to be out here if it wasn't for them and my brother, and especially my grandparents too, and all my sponsors.
All right, congratulations, third place tonight. All right, Youth Hornet A main tonight in second place, Jackson Beckel. How do you feel about ending your season in second place tonight?
Feels pretty good. I got first the last race, now second. I'm just glad Brooklyn got to win.
And what can we expect out of you next season?
Probably me and Hornets and me coming back stronger than ever.
All right, who you want to thank tonight?
John Bender for the car, my dad, my mom, Steve Cox, Dawson, Riley Riddell, Dave Riddell, Mikey Jensen, and everybody that just helped out on the car.
All right, Jackson Beckle comes home in second place tonight. And your youth A-main winner tonight, congratulations, Brooklyn Bender. Quite a bit of traffic out there tonight. How were you able to navigate through it?
I just kind of stayed where I was and tried my best to get around all the other people.
And what can we expect out of you next season?
Well, I'm not going to be racing Youth Hornets next season. This is my last race, but we'll see what car I'll get into next year.
And anybody you want to thank tonight for getting you to the track?
I'd like to thank my dad, my Uncle Wayne, Mikey Jensen, and Grandpa Mike for just having an amazing setup on the car. And I'd like to thank all my sponsors for sponsoring my new suit for this year. And that's it.
All right, Brooklyn Bender comes home in first place tonight in Youth Hornets.